Got it.
For tomorrow or the next day or something like that. But I'm a trained actor. I can memorize it.
Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This is a treat. We have Trace Kane versus the Tennessee Tarzan, Mike Massey. And this is good because Trace and, Mike Massey is going to be playing tonight during our Carom Clash event. And so we're going to get a little sneak preview of Mike. Mike will be teamed up with Mason Shooney, and it'll be Mason Shooney and Mike versus Tom Rossman and Gilbert Najum later this evening at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Looks like Mike is on the board with one already. He's wearing his Casino del Sol event shirt that we got made by Ultimate Team Gear. So this is lovely. And it's been a treat also to have Dennis Diekman and some of our special guests that are coming to
I'd like to say that I will be gone for a while, so everybody out there can relax.
Okay.
A little bit.
There you go.
Danny's taking over.
Thank you, Dennis. And Geraldine will be joining me in a minute. We're gonna hear a little bit from our tournament director, Geraldine Thibodeau. So.
Yes.
Yes, I'll be joined by Geraldine, my root beer assistant. Chris Swartz, root beer assistant. Good point from Trace. Now, Trace Kane has played pretty much a 500 average this whole event. And Mike Massey, he's lost 3 of his 4 matches, and he's shooting a little under. He's shooting 408. And Geraldine's here. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Geraldine is the tournament director here for the USBA B Championship event.
Because I'm only a B-level tournament director.
Oh, low blow to yourself. I don't think so. That's not what everybody else is saying.
I kid.
You've been providing top-notch services here, from what I'm told, and I don't just say that because you're one of my favorite people. Yeah.
Trace is also doing very well in this tournament. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I was just showing the.
I must have just stepped in on Mike Massey, but Trace is doing very well. Did you go over his stats?
Well, yeah. I was just talking about it. I was saying that Trace is shooting a 500.
Ah, I thought you went over Mike Massey's.
And Mike is shooting just below him at 408.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Trace at 4, 3. What's he got? 5. And 4th inning.
I was talking to Trace earlier. I don't know if you've announced this or not, but the 2018 USBA Nationals will be happening May 28th through the first part of June, the first week of June.
Yes, and it's 10,000 added guaranteed.
Correct. And for anyone out there who may be interested in running a qualifier at their room, or getting their local club or room to hold a qualifier, you can contact Mason Shooney and get the ball rolling on that, because qualifiers do need to happen before May.
Sure. So, what best way to reach Mason, I guess, would be through the USBA website, or you can email him directly.
Correct. And is his email address on the flyer? No.
Well, we have Mason Shooney at yahoo.com, so
yes.
I'll just drop that into the chat room. And if you want to learn more about the USBA, you can also feel free to check out www.usba.net. www.usba.net.
Just usba.net is fine.
It's true. Who writes WW anymore?
Anyways, the one of the reasons that I thought of this was I was talking to Trace earlier today, because as you know, he's kind of the leader of the whole Phoenix making an event happen guy. with pool, and
Who is?
Trace.
Trace?
He makes these smaller tournaments happen,
Mm-hmm.
or what have you. So I was talking to him and Paul Feltman Jr., and we were talking about possibly coordinating a Phoenix qualifier and a Tucson qualifier, which makes sense because it's far enough of a drive.
That's a great idea.
And they don't have either location, either cities don't have a billiard room that has more than 3 tables. So for them, it does make sense. Let's have a smaller qualifier in Phoenix and a smaller qualifier in Tucson, and do it on 2 tables on each of those rooms.
Yes.
And it makes more sense than anywhere else to have a qualifier in Arizona. I think we had at least 6 local players, come to the event here. So it's definitely worth it to them for a B tournament to host a couple qualifiers out here.
It does make sense, especially since the billiard community is growing slightly in the state of Arizona.
Correct.
That's great. I mean, USBA has seen growth actually this year, all across the country.
Yeah, I think it was a direct impact with Mason coordinating these events being held at the Casino del Sol in Arizona. It started with a couple of the billiard players being out here in Arizona, and then they would invite their other pool friends, and then they'd play together. They'd start playing together, and then next thing you know, we have Bernie Pettypiece, we have Trace Kane.
I know.
Coming out.
What happened with Doc Rice this year? I forgot to ask Trace.
I'm not sure, but there's the Southwest.
And then there was another friend too, wasn't there?
There's a couple.
Russ? Was it
No.
Russ?
Aaron Moss.
Aaron Moss. We met him last year.
But he came.
Yeah, he came last year.
No, he came yesterday.
Oh.
But he didn't play.
Yeah, he didn't play.
Yeah. And I mean, originally the tournament, the amateur championship was only open to 48 players, and Mason decided,
Open it up.
The floodgates are open. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's do it. Well, who knows? 64 next year, maybe. I want to say hello to Jay Miles in the chat room, Craig and Nico Scalise, Tom Paley,
Hi, Tom.
Josh Stone Cipher, Dave Gross, Chris Carpenter, Cliff Max, all of you guys watching today. So it's just wonderful to have you guys joining us, and absorbing this game.
I would guess the next pool player conversion out of Arizona is going to be George Teachea.
There you go. He's another one. Ooh, what a nice shot, but I think it's going to be a little long. Mike Massey, I know he's played billiards on and off, all his life, but I wouldn't have expected him to enter in and become involved with the USBA, and lo and behold, here he is.
Played in his.
It was his first billiard tournament last year. Yeah.
And now he's kindly promoting the sport, as he's going to do this evening, and playing an exhibition.
Yes. The Karam Clash, actually, at 7 o'clock. Just show you quickly the artwork for that, because it's a 2-day exhibition, a doubles event between Mason and Mike. Massey, Gilbert Najim, who's on his way here from Los Angeles, is going to be teamed up with Tom Rossman. And, you know, we're just thrilled. We're really looking forward to this.
It is scheduled for 8 o'clock. However, I just got a text from Gilbert that his flight is slightly delayed. So we might be slightly delayed, but
I see.
that I don't know. We still might be on time.
Trace, what a beautiful double the rail. Managed to avoid the double kiss. That was a very nice shot.
Table 3, Michael Wynn versus Eric Hughes.
He, well, Trace was looking to go off the red, but he's changed his mind. He's going to take this up and down on a round table, and that was nice. What a nice shot. Trace is, you know, he just kind of like, he free strokes. It seems like he's free stroking, you know.
But he's played billiards for many years, he said, I believe.
He did say that. I was not aware of the extent of his experience until I got a chance to speak with him recently yesterday. Look at this. That was pretty. That was extremely pretty.
Under the paper.
Well, same shooter, but wow, what a great shot. Yes.
Can I say, if you've ever seen Mike Massey in person, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he is.
And if you look
He's
at
like
him
6'5".
and you look at him next to Trace Kane, and they're the same size.
Oh, I know. That's a good point. That is so funny that you say that. Let's take another look at this beautiful shot by Trace Kane. I mean, a banana screw shot there. Coming right off the middle diamond. That was something else. Stone Cipher says, Trace will lull you to sleep, then destroy you. Yep. It appears that Mike has his hands full playing Trace Kane. It's really nice to be able to do these tournaments and allow these all of the competitors to enjoy the round robin format. Being in a group of 8 players, it means you get a guarantee of 7 matches. Get to play everybody at least once. So you really get your money's worth when you play these 3-cushion events. And what's more is that if you end up in the top 2 of your group, you make it to a single elimination finals bracket with the chance to play even more matches. Oh, Trace. I ran into Trace earlier today, and I said, Trace, you know, like, are you looking forward to being in the finals? Well, now I don't want to. I don't want to start spending my prize money yet. You know, he's a good guy.
Dude, he looks great in his vest and bow tie.
Oh, he looks. Yeah, he cleans up well. He cleans up good. And I think Mickey Campbell was taking pictures, and he took a real nice shot of Trace yesterday. Is that true?
Yes. Mickey Campbell actually took pictures of all the players and did a very good job. The photos are amazing.
Yeah. He said he actually was a photographer for 20 years, and he stopped doing it for quite some time, and he's just now picked it back up again.
Wrong page.
Trace Kane, ladies and gentlemen. You know, he actually looks much more comfortable than he did last he was on our live stream.
Oh, I know. He popped a ball
a couple
off the
days ago.
table.
Yeah, he was looking a little uncomfortable, but I think now he's gotten quite used to the way these tables play, and I mean, he's just keeping an even keel. I mean, this ain't no picnic for him. It's a tough field. He's had a couple tough matches, losing to Tong Win and Wayne Cox. And this will be his last match, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
He's sitting comfortably in second
I don't know if he's sitting
place
comfortably
in the field, but in his flight. But let's see.
I wouldn't say comfortably.
Yeah, I know, right? So you
He's
got
sitting in second.
Yeah, you still got.
Let's put it this way: he needs to win this match. 1, 2. His 2 losses. Actually, he does have high points. He did score 17 on both of those losses.
Yes, but
which puts
also,
him in a good position.
Well, Ellis Lawrence also did well. He's won 3 out of 4, and his first loss was 17 points.
He's won
to Trace.
No, Ellis defeated Paul Frankel.
And what was the score?
Earlier.
20. He got 20.
Correct.
So you're right. So it'll be for a guaranteed spot in the final bracket. It's a race between Trace and Ellis. Mike Massey is just, he's just
a pawn.
He's just a pawn in the game at this point.
So you're telling me that Trace should slip Mike Massey $50 and say, "Hey, let me win this one."
The way it's going, Geraldine. I don't think Trace needs to slip anybody anything. He's looking well capable of doing this on his own merit.
So were you able to explain to the audience
about the Carom Clash?
The progression from prelims to finals? So it's the top two.
Yes. Top two from each flight.
Correct. And if there's any ties, it then goes by.
It goes by what? We have a shootout?
Wins.
Are we going to do a
Wins
shootout
is
again?
first. Yeah, oh, it could. Wins is first. Total points for all your matches is the next determining factor. If you're still tied after that, it'll go by.
A shootout.
Wait. Go back to the chart. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You mean to tell me that if
If
there's
Ellis-
like a 1 inning difference?
Innings do not count.
Okay.
And the reason why innings do not count is because the players are keeping their own innings, and there's a lot of times where they forget to turn the card or.
So
what
you're
have
saying score and average. Average,
you. No,
score.
it has nothing to do with average. Average does not.
No
doesn't-
average. I mean matches, score, and then if not, a shootout, correct?
Correct. So how many the win loss
Right.
ratio,
Mhm.
and then total
Overall.
number of points
Right.
in all your matches,
Mhm.
and then if you're still tied, you go to a shootout. Which, if you look at if you look at the flight, if you look at the E flight where Trace and Ellis are in, right?
Mhm, mhm.
If Ellis loses to Ta win his next match, which will actually be your final match of the day
Yes.
on the stream table, and he loses to him and has 17 points, then Trace and him will go into a shootout to determine who goes on into the finals.
I see. I see. Well,
You also have another factor, actually. This is a funny flight. Ta win. Well, you closed up the chart. I can't tell you. I can't.
okay.
Ta Win also has 4 wins at this point. Is now playing a match. Currently, he just isn't he? Oh no.
No, he's got Gary Eeke. He should be playing now
Which I
because
think
it's a 2 p.m. match.
I think he finished.
I don't see him on the floor though.
I think he finished that. I think he did defeat him.
Gary Eeke.
Yeah, I believe Todd did, which would then mean that if he.
Well, that would put him in first.
1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Yeah, then he'd be first. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop now. I'm done with my stat play.
You're done? Okay. Yeah, like what I'm if he's beat Gary, then he's pretty much secured
Yes.
the top spot in his flight. But his match with Ellis Lawrence, depending on Trace's outcome here, his match with Ellis Lawrence would determine who takes the second place spot in this flight.
Correct.
Well, that's good. So, haven't seen a point for a couple innings from Trace, and Mike scores a point. So Trace says, "I'm still here." Miss Q. All of this information can actually be referenced on the CompuSport bracket, which is at compusport.ca. And this is the orange flight.
E.
Flight E.
What did you say Mike Massey's average was?
408.
408.
Oh, that's going to be good. Very pretty. It just appears that Trace has very. It just seems like he's got a very innate sense of the weight of these balls and how fast they move around the table, and the trajectory of spin that he's able to put on these balls and exactly what they're going to do. It's just I think that billiards is a very good game for Trace.
I agree. He just looks more proportionate to the table, too.
Well, because the tables are 10 feet. Yeah.
And the balls are bigger.
Yeah.
So does Mike Massey. All right. So Mason is identified as an A player. We're going back to this Carom Clash. Mason's identified as an A player. Gilbert Najim probably plays as an A- player.
Uh-huh.
Then you have Mike Massey, who
Yes.
this tournament is averaging a .408.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Rossman is averaging .557.
Okay.
So
Are you trying to negotiate a sweat bet with me or something?
no, actually I'm not. I already have a sweat bet going.
No, I know about that sweat bet.
I just can't help it. And then
I
they
know.
want to raise it, and I can't say no.
Oh, you raised it again?
No, I'm at $30,
Okay.
and it's only on a single match.
That's high for you.
I have faith in my horse.
I
Are
know
you kidding
you
me?
do. I know. You have Gil and Tom?
I didn't take the overall.
Oh, okay. What did you take?
$30 on Gil versus Mason.
Oh, just that one match.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, could you explain to our audience what the format of the matches are going to be, what the schedule of the matches are going
Sure.
to be? Tonight at 7
Tonight at 8.
Pacific Standard Time.
Yes. However, I don't know if you heard this, but Gil's flight is a little delayed. So
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear back.
Scheduled for 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
Okay.
Mason will be playing against Tom Rossman, and Gil will be playing against Mike Massey. I believe that's a race to 20. Might be a race to 30.
Okay.
The races do vary depending on the player. Not against, like, Mason versus Gil will be like a set number, and then I'd have to get the paper. It's at the tournament desk.
Okay.
I'm just talking now. So Tom Rossman is clearly the better of the two between him and Mike Massey. And but that doesn't say that Mike can't beat Tom, because it is possible. And Mason is typically the favored player over Gil. But we've also seen Gil beat Hugo Patino. We've also seen Gil within the last week have an 8-ball run at the Elks, just playing, you know.
Yes.
So anything's kind of possible.
All right. So it sounds like.
Then we have tomorrow evening, we have Mason versus Gill scheduled at 7 p.m. And then we also have Tom Rossman versus Mike Massey at 7 p.m. or at 7, I believe. And then we're going to have a Scotch doubles, true Scotch doubles, with Gilbert and Tom versus Mike, Massey, and Mason. We will have them mic'd up.
Yes, we are. Yes, we. Of course, we are.
And which is nice because there will be coaching, so you'll be able to hear what Mason tells Mike, especially with that far of a difference of skill level.
Yeah. No. I'm telling people this, that it's such a learning experience for them, for anybody who's getting into the game.
But typically, you don't necessarily say that just because someone's an A player that they're the best to teach a lower skill level.
Yes.
It's actually a mid-range skill level player can teach a lower skill level player better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying always, but it's been told to me.
Mm.
Just because the A player has a specific mindset that this is how you can do it, they know, what is possible, but that may not be your skill set,
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how Mason coaches Mike Massey when they're playing, and how Gil and Tom work together. Because yes, Gil is the stronger player, but that's not to say that Tom isn't intelligent enough, and strong enough to figure things out on his own. So there may be less conversation between Tom and Gil for that reason.
I couldn't have said it all better myself.
Daniel, whenever I take a bet, I try to analyze the players in the games. And I took a $30 bet on the
Hey,
singles.
make me proud.
Actually, I might be able to take a side bet on the overall.
Okay. Dan Colas. You'll take a.
Someone told me it was collage.
Oh, really?
Like collage.
You might be right, but he's such a nice guy. He hasn't, corrected me.
I don't think it's just you. I've been sitting here calling the matches out this whole time.
Mm. So Mike is creeping back, it appears. It's 23 innings now. And he's got a natural here. He's going around table. A little long, just a little long. He's smiling.
That was a nice hit by Trace.
Yes.
Did you even see it?
Yes. I see everything, Geraldine.
Just like
That's
you
what
hear
you say
it.
to me.
Just like you
I hear everything, Daniel. I know everything.
I
That's
do.
what she
I
says.
know.
Every time I leave the house and I'm going to go out and play pool, I hear everything, Daniel. I know everything.
It's true. It's true. Campbell versus Phil Rosen.
Oh, there you go. So the balls are frozen. They both get spotted. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles here, which makes it a little easier. I do believe it's going to be good. Very nice. That was the sound of John Fleming's match just came to an end. He lost 19 to 12. On the third table over to Richie Britt of Boston, Massachusetts.
Table 5, Rich Kuchma versus Jim Shodak. Table 5.
My apologies, guys. Yes, it is 16-11, and we're looking at 32 innings. I'm multitasking a little, only because we are getting ready to. We're sort of nearing the late part of the afternoon, and we're promoting the Carom Clash that's coming up. I want you guys to do us a favor and share the Carom Clash that's happening at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern. And Mike Massey, and this is a tournament match. Mike Massey versus Trace Kane. And this is actually a very important match for Trace. He definitely needs to win this match. If he doesn't, it is looking like Ellis Lawrence may end up vying for a place in the finals bracket. This is merely the preliminary rounds. Sorry about that brief distraction. Well, that was a nice shot, using a little bit of draw there to get the to avoid the kiss. Trace is pretty close to the finish line here, but he's been giving Mike some innings, and so Trace has to be careful here. He needs to just he needs to just close if he's going to be considered for the final bracket. After this match, we'll go into Alice Lawrence's match with Tong Nguyen. So, and then Alice Lawrence is basically neck and neck with Trace Kane right now. So this is a big deal. This match and the next match coming up. Big deal. Very big deal. If Trace wins this match, he's absolutely going to have to. Well, Ellis is absolutely going to have to win his next match. But not only that, he's going to have to do it in such a way that he beats Trace with an overall score. We'll know exactly what that score should be right after this match, because once this match is over between Trace and Mike, we will know Trace's overall score. So we will know the target that Ellis will have to beat. Now that's only if Trace wins this game. I'm not saying that Mike Massey's out of this at all. Mike tried to play a bank behind the white, and he went a little wide there. So Trace playing white. I think he'll probably ticky off this. I think he can, yeah. He doesn't even need the ticky. I think he will play rail first. Yeah, he played it and missed the ball. Come to think of it, well, this red's a small ball, so Mike might play off of it. That's probably why Trace played off of it. Fred. Ah, yes, it's Diekman's. Just double check. Yeah. Thank you, Fred. Oh, well, you can come underneath the yellow, but where's the yellow going to go? So he could go all the way around. No, he's coming right behind the three, playing the natural. It's good. Great shot. What? Thanks, bud. Thank you, Pat. Pat Hickok says, thanks for all the hard work. Coffee is on me. Thank you for the coffee. $10 super chat. Much appreciated. Oh, this would be pretty if it went. Oh, the kiss was on. Would have been very pretty. Mike was smiling. Sometimes you can be proud of a shot that almost gets there. That's the thing about three cushion billiards. Can't tell you how many shots I've missed. And you still get complimented for how good the shot is. Because, I mean, honestly, it's about execution as well. Sometimes it's if you execute well and you still miss the shot, that doesn't mean that you played a bad shot. High innings in this match. Very high innings. It seemed like Trace has kind of dried down a little bit. No, not enough. Not enough spin. Tom Paley in the chat room says, I think Mike is laying down for the challenge match. I mean, honestly, Mike Massey has, over the years, not been a regular three-cushion billiard player. Plonkin, 12. In Holland. Thank you so much for the €10 super chat. Much appreciated and much needed. I'll have all the coffee I need today. Wonderful. Thank you very, very much. Happa 5394 in the chat room says, go Trace. Well, sometimes that last point is the hardest one to get. Pat Hickok asks, do they have high run award in this tournament? Yes, actually, I may as well just post or display the payouts for you. Oh, and the kiss. First place will be $2,200, followed by second place, $1,800. $1,200 for third place, fourth place $1,000, fifth place $900, sixth $800, seventh $700, eighth $600, followed by 9th through 16 $350. And Mike Massey just missed that billiard. And he wanted to just spread his wings and fly there. There is a high run, a finals high run award of $100. So whoever gets the highest run during the final bracket will receive $100. And that is going to do it. Trace Kane takes it down. Final score is 19-12, which means that let's see. Ellis. Well, Ellis basically needs to, let's see, here's that 20. Actually, it looks like Ellis Lawrence is now in the lead. In fact, that is the case. It looks like it's going to be Ellis Lawrence. Yeah? I'm pretty sure. Ellis Lawrence. So Trace Kane basically is one out of the money. Losing 2 matches. With the fact that, wait a minute. No. Ellis plays, okay, I'm sorry. Ellis plays Tong next. Ta win. Ta win. Ellis will play next. Ellis needs, whether he wins or loses, he needs to get more than 17 points, because both Trace and Ellis lost a match with 17 points, but Trace's second match that he lost at 17. So Ellis needs to accumulate at least 18 points in his next match, win or lose. So there's a 3-point window for Ellis in this next match against Tung Nguyen. So stay tuned. That match is coming up next. Ellis Lawrence versus Tung Nguyen. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Don't forget, 7 o'clock tonight, Pacific Standard Time, we have the Karam Clash featuring Tom Rossman, Gilbert Najim, Mike Massey, and Mason Shuney. So we'll be back. Thanks a lot, guys. This will be a 5-10 minute break while the players warm up, and then we'll be back with you, keeping score and keeping tabs on this very important match for Ellis Lawrence. Thanks a lot.